Hey, Jonathan here. I teach high school woodshop and do tree work on the weekends. We mill our own lumber. And in this video, I'm going to go over 5 essential hacks to be a happy woodshop teacher. These have actually taken me a long time to figure out, but these 5 tricks really help make teaching woodshop that much easier and the students that much safer. So stay tuned in this video and I'll go over those 5 different tricks. And I'd love to hear your comments down below. Okay, trick number 1 is have them build a notebook. That is the very first project. This is a 5x7 double ring notebook. They tear off that cardboard cover and then they draw exactly the dimensions of all those holes. So they use tapes, and they realize tapes aren't that accurate, so then they go to calipers and they get a really good drawing. I actually make this wooden cover out of 1/8" plywood. Really inexpensive, but if you don't have a laser cutter, you could do this by hand. And by hand, I've done it that way too. We actually drill the holes and then we use those really small little files to file the rectangular holes. So this project is really all about measurement, layout, attention to detail, but the most important thing is personalized, so they have their name engraved on it so nobody could borrow anybody else's notebook. So it's easy to keep track of where they are. And they're small, so they always have them with them. So before I go over any lesson, I make sure everybody has this wooden notebook out, that they're taking a few notes down, sketching in it, and then they take it out in the shop with them so that they don't have to ask me a million questions in the shop. I just say, well, look in your notebook, and it fits right in their pocket. So this notebook has really streamlined a lot of unnecessary questions from the students. So that's hack number 1. Okay, here's hack number 2. This one takes a while to figure out, but the key is you need to make a cool project for the custodian who cleans your room. So really the first thing you want to do is make a cool project, give it to that custodian, and then ask if they could just drop off the excess paper towel from the paper towel racks in your room, and then you want these paper towels all over the classroom. Wherever there's a glue bottle, there should be a roll of paper towel near there. I know it seems hard to believe that somebody won't walk over to get the paper towels, but if they are right there, your shop stays that much cleaner. So number 1 is the notebook. Number 2 is get these paper towels from the custodian and have them stacked all over the room wherever there's going to be glue or any sort of cleanup. Hack number 3, if you have a nice chisel set, lock them up, put them far and away. You don't want chisels too accessible in the classroom. Almost every injury I've had has been a chisel in between fingers. So I'm not saying not to teach chisel use or handwork, but that's certainly not where you start. These need to be in a locked box and gone over really slowly. Wherever you can use a scraper, you want to use a scraper. It's really hard to injure yourself with the scraper. You're pulling, it lays the grain down flatter. They have these really replaceable blades that you could buy by the hundreds and then throw them away every term and replace the blades. So I have these wood scrapers everywhere for getting off excess glue, getting things flush. We use these scrapers a ton. And then the chisels are really kind of secondary. I really don't like any scraping with a chisel. And you know, if the chisels are out, they'll be used as screwdrivers, pry bars, I don't know, anything you could think of you're not supposed to use a chisel for, it'll be used for. And these scrapers are really perfect for scraping, and they're hard to use for anything else. So I'd highly recommend a lot of scrapers out with the replaceable blades. Okay, here's hack number 4. Have a spreadsheet on every project built. You could really tell administration and parents how important spreadsheets are, how much technical expertise the students are getting, and more importantly, it keeps them in the classroom for a morning so you could get some paperwork done. So every project has a spreadsheet. This is a wooden puzzle block. I always have whatever parts you use in it, the materials, the thickness, the width, the length, area. I have them create an equation, so equals width times length. Volume's an equation, how many board feet it is, and then the cost of a board foot. it is really important to note as well that materials are not free, and by creating a spreadsheet, it really helps a lot. So every project has a spreadsheet and a drawing in a notebook. So that's number 4. And it's a good skill to have for any student as well. Number 5 is buy this fast cap KISS drill organizer system. This is the greatest thing ever. I don't know why students cannot keep drill bits organized, but it's guaranteed that they will not stay organized. So I buy this drill bit organizer. I might buy one of these every 2 years or so. The first thing I do is I take one bit out of every single one and I put them in a wood block and I keep in my wood room. So I always have a drill bit. Mine are always organized and they're sharp, and then the students always put these back. So you could get this from Fast Cap online. It might seem expensive, but if you're a woodshop teacher, this is possibly the greatest invention ever. Otherwise, students just walk around class asking you, where's the 5/16 bit, again and again. 5 top tricks or hacks for a high school woodshop. Number 1, have a little notebook that'll fit in your pocket that they build themselves, that they have ownership of. Number 2, that you get excess paper towels everywhere. You see paper towels up over there. Number 3, trying to minimize chisel use and use scrapers. Number 4, have them create spreadsheets of parts and materials. And number 5, get the Fast Cap KISS drill bit organizer. They seem small, but when you're teaching high school woodshop, it's the small things that are the big things. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments down below. Thanks for watching.